Hello everyone and welcome back. If this is your first time, I hope you'll stay. Espero que te quedes. Now in this video today, we are going to be focusing on how to sound a little bit more natural in your conversation. In the general conversation or when you're having any sort of conversation in an exam. So, when the other person is talking, what we often see is a lot of silence. But what we're looking for is that interaction between the two speakers. Now, in real life when you're talking, you don't normally sit there and listen to the other person speak for 10 minutes as though it was a monologue. Okay, so it's the same. Whether you're listening because you're doing your GCSE exams or you're a Spanish student, you're a foreign student doing an English exam. This is for everyone. So, how do we sound more natural? How do we interact with the other speaker? Not necessarily interrupting them, but participating. Esto es la escucha activa. Okay. The whole point of the oral exam is that you're communicating well. So good communication is what they're looking for. The interaction between you and the other person. So I'm going to give you some great phrases to use while the other person is speaking and you're listening. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's get started with the first one. The first one I have for you is this. ¿Qué me estás contando? Okay, it's literally saying you can't believe what you're hearing because you're surprised at what the person has just said. You're not actually waiting for them to answer that question. It's sort of like, oh, really? ¿Qué me estás contando? This is so common, and it makes it sound like you're a part of the conversation and you're listening. It's like, oh, ¿qué me estás contando? Okay, what are you telling me is quite literally, but it's sort of like, really? I can't believe what I'm hearing. Did that really happen? ¿Qué me estás contando? I love that one. And so if you use it while you're having a conversation with someone, you're not saying, stop, I'm interrupting you. It's saying, I'm listening to you, and I can't believe it. So these are reacting sentences. You're reacting to what the other person is saying. Okay, the next one, which I think is quite similar also, no me lo puedo creer, which is quite literally, I can't believe it. Okay, no me lo puedo creer. So again, if you notice, this sentence is not saying, I'm interrupting you, stop what you're saying, I want to interject. It's just saying, I'm listening and I'm participating and I'm really into what you're saying. I'm not just there off into my own little world thinking about something else. No me lo puedo creer. I can't believe it. Okay? And so that's showing interaction. And remember, you're getting marks for interaction and communication skills. So they want to see how you react to the other speaker. So that's a fantastic one also. Okay? The next one I have for you, I'm sure you've seen darse cuenta. No me di cuenta. Okay? No me di cuenta. I didn't realize. So I love that one for you, okay? And even if you don't use this one when you're speaking, it's good for your vocab, okay? Maybe the other speaker said something and you didn't know that fact. And so you could stick that one in. No me di cuenta. I didn't realize. That's news to me. No me di cuenta that what you said was actually happening. Okay, love that phrase here. It's nice and easy. No me di cuenta. From the verb darse cuenta. Darse. Okay, so you conjugate. Me doy. Okay, let's move on to the following sentence. Right, I have to say this is so common. It is so colloquial, and in any Spanish conversation that you hear, you're going to hear this one. So typically Spanish. ¡Qué fuerte! ¡Qué fuerte! They always say ¡qué fuerte! Jesús, a ver, ¿cuándo utilizáis vosotros ¡qué fuerte?
Pues cuando quieres... o sea, uno te cuenta una situación y te parece fuerte.
Again, it's
Qué fuerte, madre mía. No me podía imaginar que eso pudiera suceder.
of course. So it's something that surprises you when you're showing that shock factor. You're shocked. You're like, qué fuerte. So they use that a lot. It sounds very Spanish, very natural. Qué fuerte. Okay. Maybe you told a big fat lie and everyone knew that you were lying and we're like, qué fuerte. Okay, like, who's shameless, qué fuerte.
Cuando sucede algo que no te esperas.
Claro, that it was something unexpected happens, you're like, qué fuerte. So imagine the other person is talking in an exam and they give a certain piece of information and you're shocked, you're surprised. You could react by saying, qué fuerte. Literally in English it's how strong. I love it. Qué fuerte. Que no sabías eso, ¿no? Qué fuerte. So shocked, so surprising. That's perhaps my favorite on the list. Okay, let's move on to another. The next one, para gustos, colores. Okay, this phrase is a little bit weird, but again, I like it and you hear it a lot. Para gustos, colores. For likes, colors. ¿Qué significa esa expresión, Jesús? Para gustos, colores.
Pues para gustos, colores quiere decir que hay muchos gustos. A ti te puede gustar una cosa y a otra persona, ¿no?
Exactly.
Entonces, pues no, para gustos los colores.
Okay, right. So perhaps you're having a conversation and you agreeing and disagreeing, and perhaps the other person who's talking might say, well, I think this one is better because, and they put their idea across, and then you could come out and say, well, para gustos, colores. Okay? Love that. Let me know down below which one of these do you like the best. They're fabulous. Spanish is just so colorful. You know, when you see it in the language every day, colloquially, informal as well, but colloquially talking from region to region, it's just so full of spice. I love it. Okay, let's move on to the following. So the following one is a nice easy one for you. Desde luego. Okay, desde luego is really when you're trying to agree with someone, you're saying, yeah, definitely. You might say, give an idea, and I want to show that, yeah, I'm on the same page as you. Desde luego. There's sort of like indeed. Absolutely. Okay, desde luego. Love it. Okay, one that I'm absolutely positive everyone has seen, because we learned this in year 7. Qué pena. Qué pena is, do you know what it is? Go on, tell me what it is. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it? What a shame. Or what a pity. Qué pena. Okay, so you can employ this wherever you're feeling that, you know, the way you would employ it in English. What a pity such and such happened, or what a pity that the situation has come to this. It's just showing that you feel as though it's a great pity, or you know, something should not have taken place, and you do feel it here. What a pity, what a shame that had to happen. So in a negative situation where you want to show that, you know, you're not really in accordance to that, you would say, qué pena. Okay, what a pity. Okay, right. So the next one I have for you is this, quite similar and an easy one as well. See, I like to put a few in, so if year 7s are watching this, they can also use these expressions. Qué triste, which is quite literally, how sad. Yeah? You might have been told something that you might have just heard something that you feel as though it's quite unfortunate, and so you would say, qué triste. Okay? Whatever it might be.
También puedes decir qué alegría.
También. If you want to be positive, you could say qué alegría. Okay, so maybe something has changed, something big has happened, and you want to show that, oh, that's such good news. Qué alegría, no? Qué alegría. It's good news. It's great. That's such joy. We don't say that. We don't say what joy in English because it sounds very formal. But in Spanish, I feel as though they use qué alegría a lot more. Qué alegría. Okay. All right. We can use it. Thank you for your input there. We like that. We're not all negative. When we're talking, we're not all going to say negative things. So, and the last one I have for you is Me gustaría añadir. So quite literally, I would like to add. So perhaps the person has put their point across and you would like to add something to what they've just said. So then you would employ this sentence, me gustaría añadir. And whatever it is that you would like to add to what's just been said, you can then stick that on to that sentence. Me gustaría añadir que eso es cuestión de gusto, o eso no es verdad porque si miramos esta información, so that's not true, because if you look here or you look there, whatever it is that you want to add, I don't know what you want to say. I'm just here to give you the vocab so that you are well equipped when you're going into that speaking, and you have these little cheap sentences in your pockets that you can just take out and use whenever you want. So that is it. I'm just equipping you. Guys, let me know which of these phrases you like the most and use them. Practice, practice, practice. When it's exam time, we will feel a bit more confident because we've revised, we've practiced, and it'll be a piece of cake. Okay? So that is it for now. Yeah, have a fantastic rest of the week. Okay? See you soon. Adios, chicos.